What's good, YouTube? It's Dthasurgeon, and I'm coming back at y'all again with another YouTube video. Today, we got a treat. I got my homeboy Kenneth, and we finna do a mid type of tutorial on him. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pick everything out and comb all the hair down so that we got an even place to start. Because if you start clean, it's gonna end clean. So get everything laid down the way you want it, the way you like it. So that when you do start, it's no excuse. We're gonna be doing a mid tape. And my client wanna grow his hair out. So we're gonna keep all the length on top and we're gonna fade into it. Cool. So when we start, I'm gonna be teaching the way that I fade. Now, this fade is a little more on the advanced side. It'll be hard to do what I'm about to do if you're just beginning. But it's nice, simple, it's clean, it's quick and effective. So we're gonna start no guard, level open. And I'm only knocking out this whole panel right here. I'm not balding out at the bottom yet because I can do that at the end and it's gonna save me time. So I'm going up to about the bottom of both of his earlobes, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and knock all of that weight off at the bottom. Get a nice clean line. Make sure all of the hair underneath this is even. Cool. Now we're jumping straight to the 0.5 guard or the half guard. This guard right here, we're gonna open it all the way again. I'm gonna make me a fat guideline about 2 finger widths with this 0.5 all the way open. And you want the guideline super wide so that you can fade everything in between. You want to stretch your fade out. Make everything look a lot cleaner when you do this. Comb everything down, go over it again. You want to use a comb when you rocking with weight like this. But after I knock it down, I'm gonna switch to my brush so that I can keep everything laid down, because combs raise stuff off of the scalp, raise hair off of the scalp, and the comb gonna lift it up while the brush is gonna lay it down. So now that we got that line right there knocked all the way out, I'm gonna go ahead and work with this line of bulk right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. So to do that, I'm gonna drop my clipper all the way close with the 0.5. And I'm gonna go with the grain right at the top of this bulk right here. Cool. From there, we are gonna put on the 1.5 and we are gonna drop it halfway. And with this faint line of the bulk still, we're gonna scoop out. Well, not scoop out, but just kind of float off. So we ain't digging at all. We kind of just feathering the line, getting that thing on out the way. And you want to feather off because it's growing an afro. His occipital bone is right here, so the taper is going to stop about right here below it. And if you don't know what occipital bone is the point in the back of everybody's head, and you always want to keep tapers underneath that. Cool. Now that bulk is out the way, I'm gonna switch to my brush and I'm gonna put my 0.5 back on, but this time I'm gonna drop it all the way closed, and I'm gonna start working at this line right here. So I know that this whole guideline is a 0.5 open. So I'm gonna start at the bottom, tap this line, and as I go up, I'm gonna open it notch by notch. Next notch. Next notch. Next notch. And boom, just like that, we fade it all the way out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this side. Also, when you cutting, you don't gotta dig in and, you know what I'm saying, put a lot of force on the clipper. The clipper gonna cut what it wanna cut, and then it's gonna give you back what's left. So let the clipper do all of the work. Just love on them, you know what I'm saying? So, just like that, we got us a clean back tape. A clean back tape. And we're gonna move on to the side. We're doing a mid tape. So I'm gonna put my guideline in with my lever open. Like I said, same thing with the back. I don't care about bottoming this out right now. I can do that at the end and it takes 5 seconds. So I'm gonna open the clip all the way, and I'm gonna set my base shape or the mid taper. I'm gonna try to do it in a rainbow looking shape so that the taper got like a burst effect to it. Okay, just like that. So I know it looks a little low right now, but you know we do the wide guideline with the 0.5 all the way open. So I'm giving myself room to fade, basically. All of this beneath this is gonna be balded all the way out. So all we do from this point is we start the same process again. So I'm putting my 0.5 all the way open. Following this same rainbow looking shape, I'm gonna go up about 2 fingers width. So it's gonna be like something like that, you know? As you can see, calm that thing on down. Go over it again. Sometimes you might have to go over guidelines multiple times. I'm just going over because I want everything in this area to be the length of the dart that I got. Just like that. Okay. So with the side, it's a little different because I want to fade this in a different kind of way. So we're just gonna take this line out completely right now. Opposite steps, same as the back though. So I'm gonna drop it all the way closed. We're just gonna tap this line, and as I go up, I'm gonna open it notch by notch. Make sure that you're cutting against the grain whatever way the hair grows. Make sure you cut against the grain from it, because this section of his hair is growing this way, this part's going down, and this side's growing back. So when you see me flipping the clipper, different angles like this and this and this, that's what I'm doing. So I'm hitting the hair that grows this way, hair that grows this way, this way. And don't be surprised whenever the line doesn't come out at first. Just keep working through the steps. The clipper's gonna do what it wants to do. So just keep working through it and trust the process. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is I'm switching clippers because I know that my Babyliss has a longer blade than my Stylecrafts do. And I'm gonna do a rake method just on this. The rake method is gonna lay everything down, and then I'm gonna go back and detail. So when I say rake method, I'm going like this with the hair, like sort of raking it with my lever all the way open. Do not do this with your lever closed because you will leave somebody bald. This gets everything smooth blade down, and then I can point out these little dark spots that I can come through and tap with my clipper. And I'm only using the last two teeth of my blade when I detail. And you want to be careful not to use the full blade because you will leave another line that's going to make your job way harder. Cool. So now I'm switching to my 1.5 and I'm gonna have it all the way open. And right now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna feather it again how I was doing in that. So you'll see. And the motion for when I do this is sort of like a scoop out, but a small scoop out. I'm not digging at all. And I'm just hitting that weight at the top of the fade. Then I'm gonna take my comb, I'm gonna lay that on down. As you can see, we're fading this little portion out. It was real thick right here, and now it's not. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my lever halfway open now, and I'm going up a little bit below how far we just went up in. And as you can see, we are, I would say, about 85% done with this fade right here. Then up on this part right here, I'm gonna open it all the way up and I'm gonna just hit that weight at the top. Don't forget your comb either. All right. So I see a faint line. Faint line right here. This is the area between my 1.5 and my 0.5. So I'm gonna put on my 1 and I'm gonna open it all the way up. And I'm gonna hit these spots right here that blend in between that area. Don't be afraid to go up here. That was something I struggled with a whole lot when I first started. I was afraid to actually go up into the fade because I felt like I would mess it up. But honestly, if you have this guard on, the worst you're gonna do is push a fade up a little too high, especially when you're first starting. So don't be that afraid of messing up, because messing up is the way you learn. And just like that, in the game. Smooth mid tape. I'm gonna ball this out now because this isn't all the way balled. It's still right here because I use my clipper with the lever open. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a ball guideline in with my trimmer. I'm gonna ball everything out because we're not keeping none of this anyway. So I'm gonna ball this all the way out, and then I'm gonna fade in just the stubble. Go ahead and tap that line upside down with the trimmer so it's not as hard of a guideline to take out. Now I'm gonna use my Rebels. And I'm gonna go lever close, tap the line, 1 notch, tap the line, 1 notch, tap the line, 1 notch, tap the line, 1 notch. And it's so cold, got him sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You can do the rake method up to up through the whole fade, because the rake method is kind of equivalent to a 1 closed going with the grain. So I can easily do this with this, because I know that all this is doing down here is laying the hair down. Now if I did that up here, it would actually take hair off, because this is higher than a 1 close with the grain. So now all I'm gonna do is line up the neck. I'm gonna line up the nape, and then we're gonna do some line up work. With the nape line, you wanna sort of assess what you got going on first before anything. So usually just start with this main line back here, because it's the most simple line and it's the easiest to go ahead and knock out. So go ahead and get it out the way while you can. Boom. So I can line at the bottom. Sort of just envision a line. So from here, we can all see where this line is supposed to go. You never want to push back this nape line too far at all, because when it grows back, it looks crazy if you push it back. All right, now this is where you get in your bag. So since it's a curved line, treat this the same way you would treat a C cup. So we're gonna make a point where we want to finish. And we have a point where we already started. So essentially all you're doing is connecting this line to this line. You can barely see it, but it's there. So you can start whichever way you want to. I like coming from this angle. And you sort of just want to use the corner of your blade like it's like a pencil, and just glide around the ear, you know? Clean up everything that's underneath. Everything's underneath. And just like that, we have a crispy and clean nape line. Let me hit it a couple more times. Cool. Now it's line up time. Most important part of the haircut. You want to make sure that everything is prepped and ready so that you can do your job as easy as you can. So all I'm doing now is I'm laying the hair down with my comb, and then I'm gonna prep the line up. I'm gonna use some rubbing alcohol, and then I'm gonna hit it with some Got2b glue, aka spritz holding spray, and I'm gonna run it through my blow dryer one time. So let's get right with it. And this don't burn, he's just making that face. Good, I'm gonna let it out right now. Alcohol dries out the skin, and it also take all of the dirt or grease off his forehead. So clean skin, clean hair. it's gonna make a clean line. Wait for that to dry a little bit. This part we speed that bit up. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and hit you with the. Cool. Now, hold and spray. All right, so with this lineup, I can see that this side is naturally a little higher than this side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this side first, because you can always take her off, but you can't put nothing back on. But I'm still gonna keep this line as low as I possibly can. So I'm gonna start in the middle. And then I'm gonna work my way to this side. So from there, I'm gonna do my vertical bars. Well, no, I'm not gonna do my vertical bars. I'm actually gonna do my C's, but just the start of it. So I'm going to plant right there, right there, right there. That's where my C is gonna be. But right now I'm focused on the straight shot of his lineup. So now that right there. Make sure you stand your corners up. And to complete the vertical bar, well, not to complete the C, I'm gonna start at the bottom, like so, and find a place and just rotate your hand. I'm planting with this. I'm just rotating my hand, but you have to be trained enough to know the spots that you need to put your hand at. Stood my corner up right here. And that right there is a half perfect lineup. Now we're just gonna repeat it on this side and then we'll be in the game. Okay, so please make sure that your haircut is clean before you put any enhancements on it. Because if not, when the enhancements go away, that's gonna show your real work, and then nobody gonna come to you ever again. But when it comes to enhancements, all you doing is get your little card like this. Get your little card. We gonna have some type of spray. I like to use the Temptation by Kiss, Bread by Kiss. And we're gonna go over the lineup just really in spots that need it. You don't really want to go too overboard with this because it's very, very obvious, and I don't believe enhancement should be the most obvious thing in the world. So, just spray wherever you think people need them. And then what we're gonna do is you're gonna get you some Topic hair fibers and you are gonna spray it over the enhancements, because enhancements usually look, the liquid version at least, or the spray, any type of spray, look very, very enhancement-y. So the fibers make it look a little bit more natural and realistic. Right whenever you put the fibers on, first thing you do before anything, just line the hair right back up. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask why. Just line it on back up. Just trust me. Then brush them on off. The rest is on the forehead after. Go ahead and brush it on off. It ain't gonna leave no marks or nothing. Won't be nothing left. Just brush them on off. Good. Now, I'm gonna hit it with some holding spray just to lock these fibers in, and I'm gonna blow dry them at the same time that I put them on. So make sure your holding spray spraying straight. Have blow dry blowing. Boom. Now from there, I need you to grab your hitters. I mean them ones that don't play. Grab your hitters. And what we're gonna do is, we just gonna line it up one last time, but this time it's gonna leave that nice ash line that we love to see. Cause let's be honest, nobody really likes that thick ass white line on their haircut. So I don't use any pencils or anything like that. All I use is quote unquote black spray and fibers. And I feel like you got your clippers set the right way, they'll leave the line for you in there. And just like that, we have a crispy line up mid tape with the fro on top. Should put that little nappy sponge on it, give it that look, and that'll be the final result. Now let me show you why they call me the surgeon. He came in looking like this, he sat in the chair, we spun him around, and this is how he left. Go ahead, look at it.
All right.
What you think? What you think?
Like a new person, man.
Like a new person?
Yes.
Did my thing?
You always do a thing, you know what I'm saying. Man, come on. Hi, yo.
If you like the video, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it with your friends, leave a comment, let me know what more y'all would like to see.